Well, hi there and welcome back to Little V Farm. My name is China and my husband Andrew and I are on a child-free 12-acre homestead here in central Missouri. This is officially our third December here in Missouri. We moved here from Florida in December of 22. So we really have been here officially 2 full years. And we have gotten used to the weather at this point. We have officially adjusted to being Missouri residents from Florida. The winter is not bad. It is exactly what we were kind of hoping for. We really wanted all 4 seasons. However, over the winter, we do get a little bit more of that sickness just from all the cold and doing work outside with the animals. In years past, I've never really done anything to prepare for the cold season for us from a flu and cold standpoint. But a lot of people have recommended making a fire cider, and so after doing a little bit of research and talking to a few of my friends that have made them successfully in the past, I decided this year I wanted to make one, and I thought it would be really fun for us to do that together because it's something I've never done before, and so hopefully you can share that experience with me. If you have made a fire cider before, I would love to know if you want to drop in the comments and tell me what ingredients you always use in yours. I'm going to go through all the ingredients that I put together for mine, but obviously with a fire cider, you can put whatever ingredients you want into it. So I'm curious if anyone has tried it before and what you like to use. This is a pretty heavy ingredient recipe, so I'm going to grab everything together and then I'm going to walk you guys through what a fire cider is and what I'm putting in mine. So I got everything pretty much together, and basically what a fire cider is it is just a cider packed full of just antioxidants and nutrients and herbal remedies and just lots of gut goodness and antimicrobial goodness. I plan to do an apple cider vinegar, honey base, and then add in things like oranges, ginger, rosemary, thyme, basil, lemon juice, peppercorns, garlic, you name it, I'm throwing it in there. I'm just gonna use this half-gallon mason jar. You can do whatever size you want, but I wanna make a pretty large batch. And what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna throw everything in there, chop everything up, and then I'm just gonna leave it in the window for a week or two, make sure to give it a good shake every day, and let it do its thing. And then over the next few weeks, it'll be ready. And then I'll be able just to strain everything out of it and it'll be good to go. And I'll make sure to show you guys once it's ready in a few weeks. But for now, we need to get it set up. So I'm gonna go ahead and get going here and I'm gonna walk you guys through everything I'm putting in. So I have my mason jar. I'm gonna start with all my solids first and then I'm gonna pour all my liquid on top and then we'll give it a good shake to incorporate everything. So I'm gonna get everything added in and then we can kind of go through what I'm putting in here. So we'll start with the herbs. So I have a few sprigs of rosemary I'm going to pop in here. I'm just going to bend these down and get them to go down into this jar. So we'll start with the rosemary. And then I actually have a bunch of oregano that I just got, that I just processed. So I'm just going to do the same thing. I'm just going to shove a bunch of oregano down into my jar. So there's no measurements I'm doing at all. I'm gonna do a 4-to-1 ratio basically with the vinegar to honey, and then everything else I'm just gonna shove in there and fill it up. So use as much as you want. I want mine to be pretty potent, so I'm gonna shove as much in there that'll fit, but there is no true recipe. I'll make sure to put down in the description of the video everything that I used and about how much, just so you have an idea if you wanna use the same recipe. Now I'm gonna add some thyme. I'm gonna do about a tablespoon or so of some good sea salt. Got some peppercorns, same thing. I'm gonna do about a tablespoon or so of those. Probably more, it's okay. Okay, so I have all of my dry goods right now in here. I have my rosemary, my thyme, my oregano, my salt, my pepper. I'm now going to add in some of the other ingredients that we have over here. I'm going to start with my garlic and my ginger. Y'all probably knew this, but easy way to peel ginger is with a spoon. It just kind of scrapes right off. I just bought this ginger. It's organic. Fancy. But it's from Walmart. So. Oh, fuck.
A little longer than a few minutes later.
Okay, I just got ginger in my eye, so be careful when you're spooning your ginger, okay? You can get some ginger to the eye and it burns really bad. And then I'm just gonna do a quick rough chop on this ginger. It's going in here. Doesn't need to be pretty. I'm gonna do a little bit more. Ginger is one of my favorite things to incorporate from health standpoint, I guess. I don't really, you know what I mean? To add some goodness into your system. Ginger just helps your stomach, helps your throat. Good antibiotic, antimicrobial. I love ginger. It's literally one of my favorite things to use, so. Okay, so we've got our ginger. And then I'm gonna do like a whole head of garlic basically. Because again, I'm not using a recipe for this specifically, but if I was and the recipe called for a couple cloves of garlic, I'd still probably use a whole head. So that's what I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna go ahead and peel this whole head of garlic. It will be really fast for y'all, not so quick for me, but I'm gonna jump in and get this taken care of really quick. 1 second. Okay, next I'm gonna go for some heat. This might be a grave mistake and I am like humble enough to admit it, but I'm gonna go ahead and pop this bad boy in here. It's a ghost pepper. And then I'm gonna pop this boy in here. He's a habanero. And then I was thinking about popping these guys in here. They're cayennes. This might be a mistake, but they say the spice is good, so we're gonna go for it. Okay, I feel like I don't want to like touch anything else with this, so I'm going to dispose of these peppers. Okay, so we added our heat, which, like I said, could be a mistake adding this much heat, but we'll find out in a few weeks, and I can always add more honey, I guess, if it needs it, so it'll be okay. Now I'm going to add in some oranges, and for these, I'm just going to cut them and throw them in peels and everything. Okay, the oranges are in. I'm just gonna add a little bit of lemon juice and then I'm gonna go ahead and finish it off with honey and apple cider vinegar. I didn't plan accordingly to get any sort of local raw honey, which would 5,000% be preferred, but I just have some Manuka honey that I'm gonna add in the whole container of it. Okay, we got that honey poured in, and now I'm just gonna top it off with some apple cider vinegar. Well, if that isn't just beautiful goodness and medicine in a jar, in a few weeks, it is just gonna be wonderful. So what we need to do now is I'm just gonna give it a good mix, get all that honey and vinegar incorporated, make sure that there's liquid all the way through. And then we just need to make sure we shake it up. I'm gonna open it once a day and just kind of check on it. But in a few weeks, it'll be ready for us to consume and give us all those wonderful nutrients. So I'll make sure to update you guys in a few weeks once it is ready for consumption and we can see how it turns out. But that was super easy, except for the oranges and the ginger, which I bought fresh. I had everything else on hand already, so I could definitely see this being something that I make as a staple in our house year round, with it being that easy. What about y'all? Do you think this is something that you would do at home? I'm curious if you guys would try this or have tried it. So like I said, make sure to let me know in the comments if you have tried it. Tell me what some of your favorite ingredients to add are. And if you're gonna try it, let me know what you think. I am so excited to see what you guys come up with. I am gonna put this in the window and I'm gonna clean up a little bit. And I actually have some tallow rendering outside that I'm gonna go check on. It smelled terrible in the house, so I moved it with an extension cord out in the crock pot outside, so I'm gonna go check on that. I just want to thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. It really just does mean so much to us, the support that we get. And honestly, you know, I started our social media journey on Instagram and it has been awesome. I have met some amazing people and some of my very best friends through Instagram. But it really is just kind of like a toxic environment. And so I just want to say thank you to everyone on YouTube, because this has just been such a lovely, enjoyable, positive mental health experience coming over to YouTube. And everyone has just been so kind and so supportive. So thank you guys. It means the world to us. If you would like to support our page, make sure you hit subscribe. And honestly, the best way to support is just to share our page with somebody who you might think enjoys spending time with us. As always, you guys are amazing. And until next time, don't forget our motto here at Little V Farm: anything grows if you try.